Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Y'all Gaming, the only show on the internet that asks, are y'all gaming? This is Coney. I'm here with TK. We had a bit of a break recently. I can't remember. Did I have one after my vacation? I can't remember. So let's get back from Jamaica. I feel like we've been off a while.
Yeah, it's been a little bit. I think it's probably like 2 weeks. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, life gets busy. Sometimes games ain't dropping. Sometimes we are gaming
True.
so hard that we just don't have the time to talk about the fact that we're gaming. But here we are, ready to talk to you guys about the fact that we're gaming. But this time, I'm not really talking too much about gaming. I'm talking about an event where other people were gaming, and we got to see a lot of a lot of cool games.
They were
So
gaming out of their minds, some of them, including one gamer in particular. But we were there at PAX, got to walk around a little bit, explore the game space. I think before we get to the actual tournament, you're way more in tune with sort of the indie game space. Was there anything that like caught your eye there? Anything you were excited for? You know what I'm saying? Was there anything you were playing there that you liked?
I didn't genuinely like play anything this time because there's a lot of games that I saw and I was like, oh yeah, I already know that game's gonna be good. However, I messed up because I did not know. Like I looked it up and it said River City Girls 2 was out. There was a booth,
Oh, that's
limited run
out?
had it's not out.
Oh,
That's the
okay, I was
thing.
like,
It was
what?
it was
Okay.
out at the booth, the limited run booth, if you bought the
Ah,
physical copy. So I didn't check my Switch like Nintendo eShop at all, thus missing out my chance to buy that. It comes out at the end of this month, but that's the game I'm probably the most excited for as far as like the indie games. Because yeah, I played the hell out of River City Girls 1,
yeah, that was a
and
sick
then
game.
yeah, it was dope. I mean, like it was a really good like expansion on River City in general. Like it's a beat 'em up with really sick combos. Like it's a good time. But yeah, River City Girls 2 was out. I think it might actually be 6-player co-op because there's 6 characters in the game now. Which is really
Six?
cool. Yeah. It's the 2 girls, the 2 guys, and then 2 newcomers. I think one of them is actually I think both of them are actually from older River City games, but like the lesser like known ones.
Sure.
So that's pretty cool. There was a endless dungeon game that I saw for a little bit too. Brawl Stars, which is a mobile 3-on-3 arena brawler type game, which
Mm.
I've played before. It had like a whole stage and like a championship, and like yeah, it's pretty hard to sell people on a mobile game, but I feel like that's probably one of the most polished mobile games I've ever seen.
Definitely.
That also isn't on like the PC like Genshin or Tower of Fantasy or whatever.
Was that the one that we
So
saw when we were in Portugal? That was the same one, right?
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot they did the Brawl Stars thing over there. So yeah, so in general though, I feel like I spent more of my time buying clothes than looking at games because
Sure.
there's a couple of good streetwear like companies that show up to these things. Like you won't catch me in like the Triforce green t-shirt. Like that's not for
Khaki
me, but
pants, yeah.
yeah, but like I definitely will. There was an Astro Boy. There's a couple cool Astro Boy jackets. There was like a Van Gogh line, which was like a space themed jacket, which is pretty sick. I bought this like jean jacket with like these like swords on the back and stuff. It was I don't know. It was dope. I got some pretty cool clothing, but overall, I think the event. Mostly, I think the biggest part of that event with me was probably just hanging out with people I haven't seen for a while,
Sure.
and then yeah. So
Yeah, I got to walk around a little bit. Honestly, I wasn't huge on a lot of the games there. Nothing really caught my eye because it's gonna sound like I don't
not
know.
even Splatoon 3, bro.
I'm not a Splatoon guy. I think I
Okay.
am getting it because I'm playing it in a thing soon. But that's the only like so I walked around. It's way harder to catch my eye, I think, in games
Hmm.
now. They all kind of blur together. Um I'm excited for System Shock, which was there. That's a remake of an old game that inspired BioShock, which is one of my favorite games.
Okay.
Um there was a game called Wrestle Quest, which seems kind of neat. It's like a pro wrestling like RPG thing in the same style of like Golf Story or whatever that was, Tennis Story. Um and there was one game, hold on, indie game Vice. I don't even know what it was called. It had Vice in the name, but it's like I think it's like oh my god, Hypnospace Outlaw was a game that came out a few years ago, which was like 90s tech, like searching for criminals on the 90s internet. It was actually really, I loved that game, and this is that kind of thing where I think you're on a police like uh like and I don't know even how to put it. It's like a police system, and you have to find out who a criminal is, and you like have all this information and data. It was really cool, but I don't know what it was called. It was by Skybound. I'm gonna try to look this up in a second. But other than that, I was walking around, and I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like there are so many derivative games now, and I don't mean to sound dismissive or reductive, but like I saw so many social deduction games in the vein of Among Us or, you know, something like that, or the Fortnite imposter thing. I saw so many like 4-player open twin stick shooters. There's one called Be Gone Beast, which was like a cool idea, and then I looked at it, like the theming, and it just went. I saw Tinykin, which is a game I really like, but I already beat that. That's already out now. So I just don't. I don't know. I was hoping to see something that really caught my eye, but nothing really, honestly.
Have you ever seen this Ember Knights game?
Ember Knights? No.
Yeah, it's described as an action roguelike for 1 to 4 players where you play as a legendary. It's basically like Zelda roguelike, but with 4 players plus you're, you know. I mean, I thought it was pretty lit. I was like looking to find some people to play it, but like I think that's one of those games that like you have to have like a dedicated player group that is like always like ready to do some co-op, and we're ready to game for some hours because it looks very fun, but I don't know about playing it as like
It's called Ember
Knights.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's on
here.
Steam. Yeah.
Ember
It's pretty cool.
See, again, I'm gonna sound like I don't want to sound like a jerk when I see
this.
Too much? Yeah, I just like okay. It sort of scratches the like Wizard of Legend, big open room, Enter the Gungeon, pixel stuff. Like I'm looking at it now, and it's just like, what is it gonna do that's different? You know, I don't know. Maybe I've played too many video games, and now I gotta like hold out for the good stuff. You know.
You hear that, bro? He's gamed entirely too hard.
I really have. I'm like burnt out. Oh, I found out the game. It's called Vice Undercover, but Undercover has all the vowels gone, so it's NDR CVR.
That's annoying.
Yeah, it's very annoying. But I'm looking at it now, and this is interesting to me. This is not a stream game. It is not, but it looks very neat to me. I just like games with unique vibes because I feel like there are so few of them. Like, those games can be fun, but, like, I need something to hook me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my issue.
I think, in general, like, I think there's a lot of games that I think I end up playing because they're, like, comfort picks. Like, the amount of roguelikes that I've played, they're, like, somewhat similar to other roguelikes. It's like, all right, well, you know, I just like roguelikes, right? But, like, Neon Abyss is, you know, will be, like, Dead Cells. You know what I mean? It's another side-scrolling roguelike, right? You know, maybe a little more colorful, maybe set up in a different situation. But at the same time, you know, I'm basically, when you boil it down, I'm doing the same thing. So, like, when it comes to roguelike, there's, like, several categories, but it's hard. Like, I think there's one king of each, like, category. So, you know,
and
you have a 3D shooter.
Compare them. It sucks that like, you know, you don't want to do that, but, like, that's a good way to sort of explain it.
Yeah, because I mean, like, you know, I played Risk of Rain, and then you played Gunfire Reborn, and they're like relatively the same thing, except just kind of, but they have enough difference between them. But then when you look at like Hades versus Curse of the Dead Gods, right? It's like, okay, these games look almost exactly like there may be yeah. And then so yeah, I get that a lot, but like I still like playing each of those games. Like I'm pretty far into Curse of the Dead Gods. Dead Cells, I think, is probably like the king of that whole side-scrolling you know, dungeon crawling roguelike type deals. So that's usually up there. But yeah, it's just like I feel what you're saying. There's a lot of games that are coming out that are very much like other games, and it's like even though there's some level of difference in it, it still feels like you're playing something entirely too familiar.
Yeah, and it's like I need something very different to catch my eye, but that means that like it takes a lot for me to get interested. That said, this month has got me like, there are like 5 different games I've been into that have all come out and they're all good, and I've only gotten through like half of them. Curse to Golf is pretty fun. I'm not crazy about it, but I'm playing it right now. Tinykin I beat. It's very short, but I still love it. I bought Roller Drome, have not finished that. I haven't even started that yet, but I'm really excited for it. Arcade Paradise is a dumb little arcade simulation game that I started playing in Jamaica, and I haven't played since, but I really liked it. Like, There are plenty of games for me to be interested in and into, but it takes. I don't even think the gameplay loop has to be that different. It just has to have a different shell. Like if it looks interesting enough on the outside, then
no, I'm definitely big into. I'm definitely super long form gaming right now because I'm still deep in Monster Hunter.
You're crazy.
Yeah. I mean, the game keeps updating, so we have stuff to do. I picked up Tower Fantasy, which is also another game you have to pay some attention to. I got to do my Fortnite Battle Pass. I'm still playing Rumbleverse.
You got your versus dailies. Like,
yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I'm Cat right now.
Yeah.
Big shouts to Cat, but we're not gaming anymore. This is a job. Like, I'm just clocking into
doing your
different jobs.
Chores. That's tough.
Oh man, but genuinely, at some point, I think the next Fortnite Battle Pass, I'm probably just gonna let go.
Sure.
Rumbleverse, I didn't even buy the Battle Pass, but it's like I like playing the game so much that I'll probably just end up being done anyway. And then yeah, I just I got like a lot on the docket. I know they finally gave us the graphic, which today we were also supposed to talk about Pokemon Unite, which is another game that of course like is based off another game, within MOBA being League of Legends, but it does have its differences for the sole fact that like every game ends in 10 minutes. Like that's pretty cool. Unite got a pretty big update, and I've been gone for like a year, so there's like a bunch of new characters to play. So like I'm excited to like jump back in there and see like what it's like, and if it's something I would be more willing to stick with. Because I think the issue with Unite was that like the play loop got old very quickly.
Yeah.
With no changes, and then on top of that, the Zapdos coin flip became very unfun.
Did they get rid of Zapdos? I thought I saw somebody say that.
I was told they got rid of Zapdos.
That's crazy. That changes the whole game.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just like, man, this game might, I think it might be worth the play now. Like it was worth the play before. It's free, but like now it could be even better. Man.
I haven't even given it a look. There's so many new characters, and like Unite was a very fun, like, I don't even know how to put it. It was a fun distraction out of nowhere for like a month. And then I was like, okay, it wasn't going to keep me long term. And I'm sure that there are a lot of players out there that feel that way about like multiverses, right? It's a fun distraction for a little bit, and then they're not going to keep playing it. And it's just different games hook different people.
Speaking of, bro, you are having some internet issues with this multiverses, brother?
Yeah, well, so last night I was playing with Malcolm. I don't know what happened. I was rollbacking like crazy, and then I played today just to see, and I had all green bars. So it's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's a gizmo thing. My internet issues are fixed, so I don't know. But yeah, last night was a nightmare. Maybe it was Malcolm, actually.
It could be the east to west connection thing,
That's true. Oh, yeah, I didn't think of the fact that he's on West Coast. Yeah, maybe since him and I were connected, it got us crappy connections too. I don't know. It sucked. But I'm hoping that it gets fixed. Because, yeah, actually, now that you point that out, today was fine and I was playing solo, so... people are saying it might be a crossplay thing. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Regardless, it's frustrating.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited for Gizmo coming out tomorrow. But this was supposed to be about PAX. We're talking about PAX. And actually, while we talk about PAX, even though you just said Unite, now we're bouncing all over the place. I got food here. It came out of nowhere. So vamp for me for like a minute. I'll be right back.
All right, got you. All right, so Splatoon 3, bro. You guys ready for Splatoon 3? Yeah, because I am. Genuinely, I didn't get a chance to play too much of the demo, but I watched all of the, of the Invitational. Game looks sick. I think that, currently right now, from what I see, it seems like there's some pretty good balance changes, some pretty cool new weapons. And, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to actually try to learn it for commentary this time because, I mean, I have a lot of Splatoon friends, and I just haven't, like, decided if I'm going to like jump in with them or not. But if I play the game and it's dope, like, yeah, let's get it. So, I mean, I think if you were a Splatoon 2 player, you're definitely gonna enjoy it. If you play Splatoon 2 at all at the beginning, just like everybody does, everyone plays Splatoon at the beginning, right? It's
never played Splatoon. I've never played a single game.
Do you have a wireless headset?
Yes, I do. I heard the whole thing.
Oh, nice. Anyway, so yeah, no, he ain't never played. You ain't never played no Splatoon at all?
I ain't never played no Splatoon, not a single game. Actually, I played one game ever, and it was at Apex 2015 when they had those. You remember those setups? The first game.
Yeah. Man, look. All right. All I'm saying is, bro, if you guys are trying to get on Splatoon action, come over to the stream. We're gonna be in there playing. If you're Splatoon X Pro, don't come over to my stream. I'm not trying to hear that. Like,
Oh, don't
not
you
trying to
love
see y'all
that?
over
Don't
here.
you love that when they show up and do you want to learn the real game? Like, oh.
It's like, I'm just playing story mode right now, bro. Like, please let me.
Did I
Please
tell
let
you
me
that
finish
when I
this.
was playing that Roller Champions game, I had people like coming into my stream like, "Yo, do an in-house. We're all pros. We'll play with you." I'm like, "You just want an audience. Like you
Yeah.
just want to play in front of people and have them say how good you are." And they're like, "No, we want to teach you. You're going to be skating on the ceiling." I'm like, "I don't care. Like I'm just
Yeah.
let me pass the ball and have fun."
Yeah, I'm genuinely okay being a mediocre player at this game. Thank you. Like, not every game do I need to go pro. Like, that's just sometimes games just do be fun.
Yeah.
You know.
It was crazy.
So, but yeah, as far as PAX goes, again, like as we go further back, I didn't do any like panels or anything like that. Mostly what we just did was like commentary and kind of walk around. Shot some content there, talked to a couple fans. It's pretty lit. I mean, like, I think the coolest thing about that panda thing was that like you could sign up day of. And so there was like a lot of new names
Mm-hmm.
that, they may have not done that well, but at least they got to play on the big stage, and I feel like, I'm
Sure.
sure that's like a life, a grand life moment for someone who may never go to a tournament again. So yeah.
Yeah, it was a really nice open tournament. I remember I was talking to the people about the pack stuff, and I was like, "So how many entrants do you have?" And they were like, "We don't know." And I'm like, "What do you mean you don't know?" They said, "Yeah, registration is still going on as we play the tournament," which to me, like, I couldn't even fathom. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
That was really crazy, but it was a good event, very different than most events of that type. So it went well. I think it was some of the best casting all three of us have ever done, if I'm being honest. I thought we killed it. And Aaron won, which I was honestly kind of happy about because I always thought he was like so close to achieving it, and then he was able to do it.
Yeah. And then he got the hardest pitcher of all time, bro. Like, just
Yeah,
his new
that green
profile
shot.
picture, hardest pitcher I've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah,
So good stuff to Aaron. Very happy to see his continued success. But I think as far as PAX goes, it's pretty much all we really had to talk about. I mean, I went to a couple cool parties and that was
Sure.
nice. Oh man, in fact, yeah, I can go ahead and this has nothing to do with gaming, but we're here now. I went to a party. It was called the Polish Party.
The Polish party. Okay.
Yeah, I think it was a bunch of Polish devs. Like, and
Oh my
and on the like this
God.
big screen, there was just like their games on like kind of like a loop, kind of like a you know how like you know. You know how like when it's like the Nintendo Direct and then just kind of go through a bunch of games super quickly?
Yeah.
It was like that, but like just with their games. And then and then they had a spread in the middle of the room, and it was of course what you would think of in a Polish party, a bunch of fucking bratwurst and just
Pierogies or whatever. Yeah.
they had
Oh my
melon, like
God.
watermelon, but the watermelon over there is like yellow, which but it's really sweet, so it was actually really good. And then like there was a guy there, like the whole bar was like open bar, but there was like a guy in the back who just gave shots of like their three, I guess, Polish
Jeez.
brands of so they had like whiskey, vodka, and something else. And of course, you know how it is whenever you're like talking to anybody international, they always got to tell you how good it is.
Of course. Of course.
You've never had whiskey until you had Polish whiskey.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very
buddy.
different. Very different every time.
Every time. So that party was interesting. I was like one of three black people there, so it started to feel real Get Out like. So I kind of I left. And then I went to a Q nightclub, and that was fun. They were playing pretty good music. It was like a regular nightclub and not like gamer Zelda remix into none of that. So
Yeah.
it's like actual songs into EDM. That was cool. And then I went to a little pinball spot that was called Jupiter. It was a gaming it was a barcade. And so that was pretty cool. I mean, there's some pretty cool things to do around Seattle.
Yeah.
But as far as like my PAX, inside of PAX, yeah, I think we've covered all that.
Yeah, Seattle rules. I love that place. I was walking down at the harbor, but yeah, I think the PAX itself was like everybody told me they're like, oh yeah, it's like 5 floors of this. It's amazing. It's huge, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I went exploring, and it's like not. It wasn't.
It's definitely 5
that.
floors, but it's like those other floors don't really have anything.
It's like a tiny booth of something, and it's like
yeah. So I mean,
it.
there's a free play area. Like I'm not really gonna go sit down and just play with
Yeah,
people.
I'm not going to the console free play area. Like I didn't even go to the arcade, which is like something I would normally go to. Is like I just didn't. I don't know. I don't do that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So In general, though, I just think that um, like it's still a good PAX. I think it's probably one of the best PAX I went to, mostly based off of who I was hanging out with. Because I feel like genuinely, after going to like 3 or 4 PAXs, like you just don't really have like anything new to look forward to. Because especially us, we work the PAX. I'm not gonna go like get off my commentary block and then try to go wait in a 3-hour line to play a game for 20 minutes, like if that. So it's just kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
walk around, you look at some stuff, you're like, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna keep it moving, right? And that's that's just what I do, just what I've been doing.
Yeah. It was I didn't this is my first time going to a PAX like for that amount of time. I think we
Mhm.
worked a PAX event in the past. If you remember, was that PAX West or was that I don't even remember.
No, I don't even remember, bro.
Yeah, you know which one I'm talking about though, right?
No, I mean, because I've done a bunch of PAXs, but I don't know, remember how
Flex.
many times you've been there, Flex. But usually I thought it was like, it's usually me and EE. So I don't know how long ago it's been since you did one. What was the game?
It was Smash. I don't remember.
Ultimate or 4?
It was Ultimate. It was when they did that 3v3 thing. Nintendo was doing the 3v3 thing with the regions. That was the only time I've been to a PAX other than this one. So
Okay.
I enjoyed it, but yeah, I thought I would be more interested in all the other games, but I just didn't see much. I'm just annoyed of indies. The Polish room is very funny to me because as somebody who enjoys Polish Steam games, like there are so many $1 Polish Steam games that are the funniest things I've ever played, and just having a convention of that would be tremendous for me. I would love that.
I think the
Poland be
Cyberpunk
making
devs
games.
I think the Cyberpunk devs are Polish because
Which ones?
the Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
So
CD
that was
Projekt
like
Red. Yeah.
their big sell, because like when you walk in, they're like, okay, the party's upstairs. If you turn around, there's a bunch of free shirts. You can just grab one. And I was like, oh, originally I was gonna grab one as Cyberpunk shirt. Why not? But then like I was like, they weren't like put together in like sizes. So it's like, all right, here's a small. It's like, okay, I'm a medium. It's got to be the next row over. XL. Okay, that's weird. Got to be the next row
Your
over.
ass was searching.
Yeah, large. Like, all right, well, and then I just like I thought I looked through like 5 shirts. I was like, I'm good. Plus, it was on that Gildan tee, and I hate that t-shirt because
Yeah.
that's the scratchy one. That's the one where like once you wash it once, it's over. So, so yeah, so I just went upstairs, hung out for a little bit, and then I dipped out to the other spot. So yeah, it was I would say it's an experience. I would do it again, just because like the metrics of like looking up and just seeing like a rotating door of like Polish games.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
that's
gonna be like,
wild. That's very funny.
that's what I was looking for. Like, I'm gonna download it right there. Like, okay.
I think Bloober Team is Polish, if I'm not mistaken. Bloober Team is like a horror game. They made Layers of Fear, and then they made some crappy games, but they made one good game.
That guy was trying to get me drunk too, though, because I took a shot of the whiskey, and I was like, oh, that was really good. And we were talking like for 2 seconds, and then he was like, "You ready for another one?" And I was like,
Oh my goodness. Good lord, dude. You gotta
Like,
report
bro.
that guy. What the heck?
And then a third guy came up and he was like, "You want to take a vodka shot with me?" A Polish guy. And I was like, "Bro, I just took 2 shots of whiskey." And he's like, "All right, well, when you're ready to take another one, come find me." And I was like, "I gotta get out of here, bro." 'Cause
Jeez.
these guys.
Yeah, Poland knows how to party. Get the hell out of here.
It was part of the get out, man. I was gonna pass out in the corner and wake up in someone's dungeon. Like,
Gonna swap your brain, man. You're gonna end up in some Polish game dev's body.
the prime specimen right here. So
Jesus.
yeah,
Yeah.
but anyway, that's gonna be it for us. I would say, pretty relatively short show this time around, but
Yeah.
did get to cover a lot of topics in it. If you
Yeah.
guys are gonna end up playing some of these other games, such as Pokemon Unite, such as I'll just say League, such as Splatoon, then yeah, man, come chat with us about it at some point in time. We both stream.
Absolutely.
Definitely appreciate a little conversation about some games. But for what it's worth, I think we're gonna be done here. This will also be on YouTube and Spotify as a podcast. And yeah.
I would also like to say play Rumbleverse, give it a shot. This is a game.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I keep wanting to. I want this game to succeed. It's not a game that I've played a whole lot. I played a bit of it for a sponsored video.
Let me know when you're trying to do some doubles, bro.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down probably tomorrow for a little bit. I might be down. I like the game. I'm not good at it. I haven't played it very much, but it's very fun. I want that game to succeed. It's really funny because I'll see like a bunch of streamers play it and they're like, I can't get off this game, but they know that like for some reason the viewership just is not there for them, but they're like, I just love this game. I want to keep playing it. Like,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
purely selfish, but
In
just
fact, let
wanted
me
to
go
give
ahead
that
and
one
look.
more shout out. Had to.
Let me just look at it real quick. Let me see what the Rumbleverse looking like.
Right now, 4K.
Rumbleverse currently has 4.7K, with the top person having 2K and the next person having 489. So, Katana Prime's first row though, 221. Let's go.
Let's go,
W's.
KP. I wish I could see how many people are playing the game because I feel like it. I hope it's one of those games that everybody plays, but who knows? Anyway, thank you guys for tuning into Y'all Game, and we'll see you next week when we got other topics and games to talk about. But for this week, we're done. So goodbye.